today in this conference we are having director and producer as well as screenplay of two films with us. First, just to my right is Mr. Anil Radhakrishnan Menon. He is the director of film North 24 Kaadhamm. It's a Malayalam film and talks about a road journey in Kerala, along the length of Kerala. And with him is the producer of the film, Mr. Mukesh Mehta. Next to him with us is the producer of film Othello. It's a Assamese film, Mr. Manvendra Adhikari. And along with him, Mr. Ranjit Sharma is the screenplay writer of the film. So, friends, I will start with Mr. Anil to give an opening statement about the film.
I hope I'm not breaking anything here.
No, nothing. No, you can continue.
Okay.
Automatic.
So I am Anil. Can you hear? It's not on. I'm the director of North 24 Kaadhamm. It's not Kaadhamm. Kaadhamm. That was my first film. For that movie, we did win a few awards. We won the best regional film Malayalam National Award. We got the second best movie state award. Along the way, we won few other awards too. We got the state's best actor award too for that. The movie is about obsessive compulsive disordered person who is undergoing a travel. The travel is the length of Kerala, about 400 kilometers. He does the travel with two strangers, and how does the travel changes him? That's the whole concept of the movie. I would say it is a semi-realistic, fun kind of a movie, and I would pass on this mic to my producer Mukesh ji, and he will say a few words.
Hi friends from the press. We are from Kerala. I am a Gujarati, but I am doing business in Kerala. I have produced a lot of Malayalam films, and this is one film which I am very proud of, because this is one film which has not only won us a lot of awards, but it has done well at the box office also. And all the awards came after the box office run of the film, so it makes it more. I think we are running a low budget film, so the mics are also of that standard, I presume. Very, very famous director. And Mr. Anil's first film as a director too. And we completed the shoot in around 38 days in Kerala. And if you have not seen the film, you have an opportunity to see this at 6 o'clock today at Inox, where it's being screened for the second time. The first screening was there yesterday. We are thankful to the government of India for allowing us to be a part of this panorama where we are able to showcase our film. And this is one film which can proudly be associated that it is not necessary that a good film will not run at the box office too. It's a film which has done well at the box office, and I am hopeful that we'll be making such more films, and we have an opportunity to meet you all again. Thank you.
Now I will request Manvendra sir give an opening remark of the film Othello.
Hello, good morning everybody. Media persons, IFFI persons. So myself, my film is regarding Othello. I am going to brief. So my film is very simple and so serious. So it's being shooted inside the city only. Hello. It's shooted. Okay. So regarding about the brief of the film, I will simplify that it emphasizes on more than experiences than events. So uninterrupted character was on in the film, and it was compared as like as river flown. So that they have all the characters interact among themselves and embroiled in social and political interests. So finally, for their day-to-day life, they are continuing their journey. That is the main theme of the Othello. So now, Mr. Ranjit Sharma, my screenplay writer, he will introduce me. Okay.
Good morning. Hello, good morning. Shakespeare's play was Othello, not Othello, Othello the Moor of Venice. He was a black-skinned man in a white society, and there lay the root of his tragedy. My Othello, it is the name of the auto rickshaw also. At the same time, the auto rickshaw puller, he suffers from leukodama. So he is a white Othello in a black-skinned society. That is the only analogy. While writing the screenplay, my intention was to establish all the major characters in the first 10 minutes. And I have followed the technique of releasing facts and events phase by phase. For example, there is a character called Pavitri, who is the cook of the ex-revolutionary. But she is not only cook. Suddenly she says certain things about past revolution and other things. She goes to the album at night, and thus we see a connection between her and the present-day terrorist. Later on we know that she was a participant in late 60s revolution or terrorism, whatever you may call it. And her husband was killed. And now we find another character who believes in bomb blast using RDX and killing the innocents. And that there is a debate between the ex-revolutionary and the present-day revolutionary, Arjun. And surprisingly, the present-day revolutionary says that your slogan in late 60s was wrong, that China's chairman is our chairman. He also says that there was no objective condition for the revolution in the 60s. But this ex-revolutionary is an Alzheimer patient. All the major characters, every one of them, you may call it a flaw, you may call it a deficiency or a peculiarity. There is a 70-year-old ex-revolutionary, Bankim, who is suffering from Alzheimer. Certain things he does 5 minutes ago, he forgets. But his memory about the revolution period is very vivid. It is very typical of Alzheimer patients. Then there is a son, the present-day revolutionary. At the last scene we come to know that he is the illegitimate child of the ex-revolutionary. And the mother was the so-called cook. She was also the ex-revolutionary. Both the ex-revolutionary and the cook, at the period of revolution, they were in jail. They came out, deferred the party, they were expelled. It is a very familiar tradition of underground movement in India. But the main character is not these characters. Main character is the author polar Moon. First we do not know his religion, but later on we see that he is a Muslim. Then lead female character is a call girl. I think for the first time in Assan's film, a call girl has been made the lead female character. she needs the money because her her father is a cancer patient at the last stage, and somehow she got embroiled in these things. But whole and this leukodema patient, the auto rickshaw puller, he is even not wanted, though he pays 50,000 rupees during his sister's marriage. So he's a man apart. And I think most of the characters have distanced themselves from collective life, in a sense. The call girl, the auto rickshaw puller, leukodema patient, the Alzheimer patient who doesn't go out of the house until unless he loses memory, and he's spending his time making masks of Che Guevara, Mao Zedong, Marx, Engels, Lenin. And ultimately, the thing is that collective, if you take a distant view of history, you will see that it's a very like a river taking its turns and twists and going to the sea. And if you see the river from a hilltop, what will you see? You will see just a silver line. But if you cross the river, you will see that it may be sometimes very vicious. So that collective, that contradiction between the collective life and the individual life, that is important in the film. If you look from a distance, it's okay. But one thing is sure, even after the bomb blast and killing of the innocent child tea stall owner, Ganesh, we see, what do you see? We see that there is a crisis, but life is continuing. The last two shots, this auto rickshaw puller has to go to drop children at school. The call girl has to go in the evening for her livelihood. So the demands of livelihood will always be there. Revolution or no revolution, terrorism or no terrorism, life will go on as usual, in spite of the conflicts. Yes, that is the long-term view of it. Thank you.